York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show here, give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And man, listen, I wanted to do this stream earlier today, but my job was killing me today, man. They was killing me with the last minute work, but it don't matter because I'm here right now, midnight stream to talk about your mans, man. The mans. What's good, fam? What's good? We got to talk about this, man. This is a big deal. We got to talk about your mans. Julius Randle started out with no handle. Was a guy who came from the Lakers, the Pelicans, then came over here to New York, and he became a reclamation project. We wanted him out of here a year ago. And then when the season started, everybody was talking, hey man, is this real? He's starting to put some games together. He's starting to average 6-7 assists a game. He's starting to look like an all-star caliber player. And all of a sudden, Julius Randle is looking legit, man. Julius Randle is looking legit. And the Knicks, listen, and during the season, there was a lot of chatter about what to do with him. Because everybody's thinking Julius Randle is fool's gold right now. It's fool's gold. We should not believe what he's showing us, and we should make moves. And the biggest reason why people were saying that we should move this man is because he wouldn't be worth the max contract. He's not going to be worth the money. He's going to want this money. And what should we do? We should trade him now. We should trade him while his value is high. We should trade him at the deadline. When it comes down to the summer, we're not going to know what to do. He's going to cost too much. And then what happens? This man, after being booed in Madison Square Garden, after being labeled selfish for years, comes to the New York Knicks, gets better, shows out, averages 7 assists, 6 assists, career highs, 24 points, becomes most improved player, gets second team All-NBA, improves defensively, becomes one of the best defensive power forwards in the game. After all that, he comes to the table early, makes an announcement, and says he wants to be a New York Knick. He wants to be here for his prime years. Takes a pay cut. He takes a pay cut and extends with the Knicks early. And you seeing I'm correcting the reports right now. And shout out to Fritz. Shout out to Fritz because I didn't even tell Fritz to be here because I thought it was too late and disrespectful to get him to be here. But Fritz is here holding it down anyway. So if you want to talk about the signing, you can hit the Discord chat link as well as pinned to the top. But let me get back to the story. At the end of the day, Julius Randle signs with the Knicks, extends now for $106 million over the next 4 years. 4 years. I see the report. You see the reports. The reports right now, they're saying he signed for $117 million. No. The reports are wrong. The reports are wrong. I repeat, the reports are wrong. This man signed for $106 million over the next 4 years. He could have signed the year afterwards. If he signed the year afterwards, he would have signed for $200 million. He left about $100 million on the table. They call this man selfish. He left $100 million on the table after having a career season. Now, I'm going to tell you. Is this live? It should be live. Can y'all see me? I'm going to tell you. And I'm gonna double check. It should be live because someone is asking is it live. This better be live. Hold on 1 second, Knicks Nation. I'm just checking real quick. Because my man asked if this is live. It looks live. Yes, it is live. Double checking. Yes, it is live. All right. So now that I know that it is live, yes, it is indeed live. Before I even continue, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Fritz. Shout out to D-Hall. Shout out to Junior Corona. Shout out to Zilla. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. Midnight stream. Nas is dropping and KOT is dropping at the same night. Let's go. But let's get back to this contract, though. Let's get back to this contract and what it means for us and for these Knicks. Julius Randle left almost $100 million on the table to sign with the Knicks early because he wanted to give us flexibility. There's other guys out here signing $35 million deals, $30 million deals. He was top 6 power forward in the NBA last season. Leaves $100 million on the table. Big win. Everybody who was scared and they wanted to move him early, I think most of the biggest Julius Randle haters at this time are eating their words right now. Because now there's no excuse to hate this guy. There's really no excuse to hate this guy, man. He's turned it around and accepting $100 million less after having a career season. And the $117 million, what's happening right now too is right, because the report is $117 million. The $117 million that's being reported is not guaranteed. The $117 million that's reported is not guaranteed. The 106 is guaranteed. And I'm going to read it verbatim from Stefan Bondi. I'm going to read Stefan Bondi. And this deal is so crazy. Knicks haters. Stefan Bondi is applauding the Knicks for this move, which is crazy because he hates everything we do. Absolutely everything. But the beauty of this is, all right, so we don't know the details of the deal. But the $117 million is only after certain benchmarks are met. It could be Defensive Player of the Year. It could be All-Star Team. It could be playoffs. It could be second round. I don't know what the incentives are, but they're bonuses. So it's still $106 million base level, which means Julius Randle is essentially making around $26 million a year base level. For a second tier all NBA guy. Do you know how ridiculous that is, man? Do you know what type of culture we're setting up right now? The Nets and those guys, they talking about culture, but this is culture for real. This is the real deal culture. Kemba Walker came over here, left $76 million on the table for OKC, signs with the Knicks for $9 million. Julius Randle gets to pick his coach. He sees the Knicks are going in the right direction. He sees that the team is going, and I feel like he gave us a discount because he believes in this team, man. He believes in this team. He believes in his team. And he's like, you know what? I believe in the team. I'm giving them a deal. I'm giving a deal on $106 million. Now, also, I want to say this, too. There's certain people who might feel like he doesn't deserve the money because of his playoff performance. And I'm going to have to disagree with that. I have to disagree with that. Julius Randle has improved every season of his career except for one, and that was the first year that Julius Randle. Yo, shout out to hold on. Shout out to Carlito in the chat. Getting back to my thing, man. Getting back to my spiel. The first year Julius Randle came to the Knicks is the only year that he did not improve. So when people go to me, so it baffles me when people go, you know what? He only played well because this is a contract year. he only played well because he wants the money. This man has been improving every year when he wasn't under contract. This is not a new thing. This is who he is. He trained with Kobe. He's a part of this culture, man. One of the biggest reasons why almost the entire team was spending nights at the gym was because Julius Randle was finding random gyms when he's going on away games, and the team saw that example and went with him. And the same thing was happening in New York. He would go in and work out 9, 10 at night. Tom Thibodeau would be out there looking at tape 9, 10 at night. IQ, Kevin Knox, other guys, they were all working on this shooting with him 9, 10 at night. Our team collectively got better because of the work ethic. And Julius Randle set that example. He set that tone. So when people go, man, he played bad in the playoffs for 4 games. Man, should we really give him that money even though he played well he played 72 games and probably played well about 60-something of those games? Should we really give him the money? Does he really deserve $26 million? Absolutely he deserves that. Absolutely, without a doubt. It's not even a question, man. It's not even a question. He deserves every penny. He's setting that culture here. And he's leading by example. Other people are following his example and working hard with it. And not only that, it's just a testament to what this team has built. Like the front office, Tom Thibodeau, the coaches, everybody seems to be on the same accord, and we're all moving in the right direction. And you gotta love what you see right now from Julius Randle. He absolutely deserves everything he's getting right now, especially after getting booed in the Garden. Man. So, man, the week just keeps getting better, man. First, you start off the week with Jada Kiss and the Locks creating iconic moments in Madison Square Garden. Next day, Kemba Walker signs to the Knicks for $9 million. And the next day, the unthinkable happens. The biggest Julius Randle haters are saying it's a good move. Julius Randle signed for $106 million for 4 years. And it starts after next season. Like, he's still going to be on his he's still going to be making 22 million, I think around 22 million this season to finish out the season. And the next season, he gets a little bit of a raise and keeps the continuity. And what does that signal? That signals for the free agents who are starting to look, because you saw Kemba Walker, who dissed us a few years ago, and now wants to play with the Knicks because it seems like, we're on the right track. This is a good place for him to get on the right track too. We're looking like a credible team again, man. We're just looking like a credible team again, man. I'm elated in the direction of this team. I'm elated that Julius. I can't even believe it, because maybe it's my PTSD. I was sure that he was gonna wait next year and sign for $200 million. I was sure of that, man, but it just didn't happen, man. Randle, man, it's full of surprises, man, and he's back in the offseason working this year, man, for real. So shout out to new handle Randles. Extended for the New York Knicks. Of course, he gets a player option as well. We in good hands, man. Shout out to A.O. Powell. He says, don't let it go under the radar. But our front office made these moves in the thick of night when the world was asleep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. For those of you who was with me for a while, you already know why I call Ninja P. I call Ninja P because Ninja P did the same thing. I know people were pissed about the KP thing, but Ninja P moved KP. He was shopping KP for a month before people knew what was happening. All of a sudden, he was going in the blink of an eye. Nobody knew why. Nobody even knew there was a problem. Nobody even knew. Leon Rose comes in, and these guys, and they cut from the same cloth. Everybody out here thinking we going after Kendrick Nunn and Reggie Jackson. No, he was going after Kemba Walker, and I'm not even sure the Thunder even knew that we was going after Kemba Walker. And after that, there was no talk of contracts. We signed Julius Randle quickly, man. So shout out to this front office, man. I said it's gonna be a short stream. It's definitely a short stream. Unless you guys want to chat it up and give your 2 cents about this Julius Randle signing. You can talk. If you want to talk about the Julius Randle signing, you can hit the Discord link. Discord link is pinned in the chat, and you can talk what you think about the signing, yay or nay. And if not, we could wrap it up early, man. This is a short last minute stream for the KFT show, man. I could not leave without talking about this. And Carlito, if Carlito is still there, man. Carlito, I haven't seen you on the streamlines in a year or two, dog. If you click the link, Carlito, if you want to chat, definitely Carlito, I would like to hear from you, sir. I haven't heard from you in a minute. For sure. All right. And just to round out the news, there's been other little news. For one, unfortunately, for the Summer League Kevin Knox will not attend Summer League this season. He has caught COVID. He's missing the Summer League because of COVID-19 protocol. So there will be no Kevin Knox this season for Summer League. I know this is kind of our roster. The way our roster is compiled right now, it doesn't seem like he's going to get minutes in the regular season. Between RJ being here, between Grimes being here, I just don't see an avenue for Kevin Knox to get any type of minutes. This was kind of his time to prove that he belonged. And Kevin Knox would not be here, so I feel for the dude, man. Hopefully he's able to kind of recover. But I don't know. It seems like the days are numbered for him. That's the way I see it. Ayo Powell asked a question. He says, "What's your rating for free agency so far?" My rating it's a B, man. I'll give it a B. And I'll tell you why I give this free agency a B. I'll give this free agency a B, or maybe even a B plus. I think the Kevin thing is a B plus. B to B plus. And I'll say this because, listen, we maintained. We exceeded expectations last season. We made it to the 4th or 5th seed. This season, we didn't make any major moves. But if you're looking at the landscape, it doesn't look like there was a bunch of major moves to be made. You know, what big free agent? Like, we had Kyle Lowry. The biggest free agent was Kyle Lowry and Chris Paul, who were really the game changers. Chris Paul, you know, to me, it seemed like Phoenix was playing with the idea of moving him, but at the end of the day, he stayed with Phoenix, and there's nothing you can really do about that. Kyle Lowry wanted to choose the Miami Heat. There's nothing really can do about that. And after that, we have Lonzo Ball, where it seems like the front office was kind of torn on. And to be honest, I was torn on him too. I kept flipping back and forth between should we acquire Lonzo Ball or not. After watching the playoffs, I decided that we should move on from the Lonzo Ball talk because it became apparent that the Knicks needed shot creators as well as shot makers. Lonzo Ball is he's turning into a shot maker, but at the point guard position, especially, we need more shot creators. And Kemba Walker fits that bill when healthy. So does so does Evan Fournier when healthy. So I'm giving us a B plus because we added 2 guys who can create their own shot, or 3-level scorers who can dribble and shoot. Now we might be missing defense. You know what I mean? We might be missing defense, and that part might have to be addressed. We do have a room exception left that's worth around $5 million. So who knows what happens with the room exception? I know there was rumors that Frank might be back if we don't resign Reggie Bullock, and also if no one signs him, he might be back for cheap. So keep an eye out for that, or just keep an eye out for a veteran defensive 2 guard in general, and I don't know who's out there right now who can step in and play defense in spot minutes, because Kemba and Fournier together aren't really the best defensive duo, so we might have to address that. But our biggest need really was shot creation, and we addressed that. So I'm giving the Knicks free agency to me a B plus, and I have to also include the draft too, man. We got shot creators in the draft. McBride, he's a shot creator too, if used correctly. So I would give us a B plus overall in the offseason, really. Yeah. Exactly. Ooh pick for sure. If we had an ooh pick this year, and we're going to be doing the oohs and bruhs, we have another show coming. We will be having a show Sunday. Summer League. We're having a show Sunday talking about Summer League. Right after Summer League, me, Ryan, and Raw will have our show, and it will be the return of the ooh and the bruh pick. So definitely check that show out on Sunday after the game, all right? But shout out to everybody rocking in the chat. Shout out to Carlito. He said, if Kemba becomes an all-star, it will be a signing of the year. Absolutely. If Kemba becomes an all-star, it will be a signing of the year. And that $9 million would be a crazy super value. Especially if, I got you, Fritz, especially if big-name free agents start to come up again, and we want to move him for somebody. Who knows? Maybe it's a marketing nightmare to do that, or maybe we go another route and just move some other pieces. But if he's an all-star this year, and then we pick up his team option and he's an all-star again for us for $9 million the following season, that's out the park a whole run. Now you're talking about a guy who is a pick and roll maestro, who's a pretty good catch and shoot shooter. Who's an isolation master, who can get you 20 something a game, paired next to Julius Randle in the playoffs, and Julius Randle doesn't have to fumble the ball around and try to make plays. Like, all right, now shout out to Fritz, shout out to my guy Fritz. I'm bringing him in the queue. He wants to chat it up with the KOT show, and he's actually part of the KOT crew. So shout out to you, Fritz. What's going on, sir? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Hey, what's up, Jails?
What's going on, Fritz?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really loving this signing. I'm really loving this whole summer. The Knicks are really showing a lot of stability this time around. So, really excited. Just going into the summer, a lot of people are talking about, hey, let's get a shooter. We were talking about guys on CJ McCollum, $36 million a year, just anybody. And
right.
The Knicks really solved a lot of problems with reasonable contracts. Also, the Knicks are making Tibbs a better coach.
Yeah.
Maybe this year they can work on Tibbs' worst tendency, and that's running players into the ground.
Right.
And his excuse was, I need players I can trust on the floor. And that's what they added. They added veteran guys who he can trust. So there's no excuse that Julius Randle is playing 40 minutes a game or anybody else is playing 40 minutes a game. Because at every position, they have someone.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we're going to see. The Knicks are in really, really, really good space right now. Previously, we said we can't afford a trade. We got to empty out the team for a trade. If there's something that came up that was attractive to them, they have players at every position. They could sustain a trade.
Yeah.
Now.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, at this point, I'm not really looking. I'm not really looking at a trade because I really want to see what this team could do. But that excuse isn't there anymore. So the Knicks can just focus on the year and just stop looking over their shoulder. Stop looking at who's going where, and just rock out.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you on whole. Like we can just concentrate on winning at this time. And I'll say this about Tibbs too. You mentioned one of his tendencies and his weaknesses. Tibbs' weakness is running plays on his ground. I do feel like another one of his weaknesses is experimenting, and I think that's another thing that's kind of overlooked when we're talking about the continuity of the team. I feel like when it got to the playoffs and we got behind, that's when he started to choose to experiment with the lineups a little bit more. That's when he's like, "Ooh, I'll try Obi with Randle. I'll try, Derrick Rose starting. I'll try." I feel like this season he's more familiar with these guys. He knows what they can and can't do. I think this season, I hope that he experiments a little bit more with some of these guys and tries different matchups and things on
in season. Like,
in
don't
season.
wait till stop being in that desperate situation. You just throwing something together.
Exactly.
That ain't the time.
Exactly. And, so that's all I have to say about that. And another thing too is Julius Randle, man. Like, the scary thing about this contract, or the good thing about this contract, to bring it back to the contract, he's making $106 million. I still feel like he can get better, man. Like,
he can get. I think he can get better, even though his numbers are going to go down, and that's what I'm expecting his numbers to go down, just because.
Right, me too.
It was empty. He had it all on his back. I think he's going to go down maybe 20 points a game, and I'm okay with that. Like, you can get better and have lesser numbers.
Right, and that's a good point. Like, we have to kind of watch out for the "he's not worth it" tag. Once you have, because what happens is when you have other people who carry the offensive load, sometimes your numbers dip, like your points per game might dip, but your percentages might skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, Julius Randle proved to be a pretty good catch and shoot shooter last season. He got okay at shooting pull-up jumpers. Actually got really good at pull-up threes at the end of the year. But if he's able to kind of camp in the corner sometimes and shoot threes, and get his percentages even higher, that'll be a good look for him. But his points per game might drop. Also, the assists. Now that we have a couple of other playmaking guards who Julius might not have the ball in his hands as much, his assists might not be at 6 assists a game.
Yeah.
So that's something else to look out for. But
I mean, his job right now, he's being successful just by drawing a double team.
right.
If he draws a double team, that's a success. Draw a double team, keep the ball moving. That's the success. I think a lot of fans are going to lose that this year, and it's like, oh man, he's just not doing it. No, like if he's a threat on the floor, he's being successful.
Absolutely. And if you have Kemba Walker over there and Derrick Rose and all these guys who are shooting threats, it should be a lot easier to take care, to ISO these guys out of the water, man, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This has been a successful off season so far, and it's almost time to switch gears into the summer league. But I'm really, really happy. As long as Randle keeps growing his trajectory, you already saw this video. Bleacher Report kind of released a video that showed him working. Work on his playmaking a little bit more. Work on reading the defenses faster, making quicker moves in tight situations. Work on that. And it looked like I was watching some videos of him in the training. It looked like he was working on floaters. I don't know if Trae Young caused that, but it looked like he was working. I was looking at videos of Julius Randle. It looked like he was working on floaters. So it looks he's always looking to add something to his game. I'm pretty confident that he's going to be good this season, with the new cast members and Tom Thibodeau having another year under his belt, knowing how to coach these guys. I'm excited about this year, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's all I wanted to talk about. Got a lot to look forward to. These yes, summer league's right around the corner. Let's see what these boys can do.
Exactly. All right. Well, shout out to Fritz, man. I'm gonna shout everybody out, and call it a night, man. Thanks for rocking with the KOT show. Last minute midnight stream. I didn't even think Fritz is gonna be up. I usually hit Fritz like, yo, we doing a live. Fritz just hopped on anyway. So shout out to you, Fritz, man. Shout out to you. Fritz always ready. Shout out to Alejandro. Says less uses for Randle, lower numbers, but a better, more efficient player. Absolutely. Michael Mitchell says salute. Shout out to Ayo Powell's up right now. Shout out to Carlito. Shout out to DM. He says give us a couple of years and we'll be able. Give us a couple of years and we will be the top team in the NBA simply from the foundation of 2021. Absolutely, man. If you was here in the stream last night, we kind of talked about how the other teams are kind of throwing money around and capping out. Miami seems like they might be at the end of the road with Riley leaving. You know, Brooklyn is getting a little bit older. By the time we come to ascend, we have guys who are 26, 25, 20, 21. By the time we get better, we should be peaking at the right time and, you know, and challenging some of these guys. I mean, the Bucks might be the other team who we have to kind of contend with for years to come. You know what I mean? But I'm like where we're going. All right. So that is our show, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'm surprised all y'all guys are still up at 1 a.m. in the morning talking New York Knicks. Y'all fans for real. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're rocking with the KOT show. Shout out to you guys for watching. That is our show, man. We're out of here, man. And just in case, if you want to follow us, definitely follow us on social media. Follow us on the KOT show on Twitter. You can also follow us on the Knick of Time show on Instagram, and also follow us on the knickofttimeshow.com or our blog. And definitely check out our free agency write-up. Ken, who was a really nice call, wrote a really nice article about the free agency review. And if you like the show, if you really like the show and the coverage, please like, subscribe, and share the channel. And, you know, tell a friend, man. We're trying to build up the KOT crew hard and fast. All right, pause. All right. Next show will be Sunday, so definitely join us on Sunday after the Summer League game. The Knicks play the Raptors. All right. That is our show. We are out of here. Peace.